Hello, welcome to Court of the Rings on twitch.tv/LotraStream. I'm your community manager, Cordovan, and I'm with you for this next hour, hanging out, having some fun. We have got a big week this week, big weekend. Update 40 is out. We've got the Whimsical Patrons coffer out. Virtue tier increase happened. 10th LI reward tracks happening. We're not even all that far away from, say, Midsummer and stuff. And we have actually a bit of an announcement today as well when we get to the release notes. I just, prior to going live, posted it up on the Update 40 release notes. So any minute now, maybe already, it's up there now. So you can go to lotra.com and take a look at the release notes if you want to, and you can get the news before I even say it out loud here. But we're doing something kind of fun. Here with Update 40, we have a series of quests they're going to be unlocking starting next Wednesday for the next 8 weeks. And let's get to that. Let's get to a little bit of news and a little bit of promo, and then I'm going to get in-game, and we're going to start running Update 40, Song of Waves and Wind, heading into Darlaha, the meeting hall over in Umbar. So, that's what's up for today's show. Welcome, everyone. Let me move cameras to this one here. Alright, there we are. Oh, we'll get to that in a second. So let me actually start with the release notes since I did just tease the thing. And let me see if I got the new text up. If not, I may just have to put that up on the screen elsewhere. It takes a few minutes from when I hit publish to get something reflected on an article. Yep, here we go. That's what we're up to. Alright, so Update 40 got released this week. You can find the release notes over on lotra.com. Season 10 of the LI reward track. We have a separate article up. We'll show off some screenshots here in just a couple of minutes of some of the new items that are in the LI reward track, but that's happening. And then otherwise, we have a new quest pack, Beneath the Surface. Free to VIPs, available in the Lotra store for anyone else interested. Includes all of the content in Umbar Mock, plus full access to the Song of Waves and Wind storyline. Similar to the way we've done it with other storylines, once you pick up some kind of content pack that includes that story unlock, it's unlocked the whole thing. So you can read a little bit about what's going on, but you'll be seeing this in-game in just a little bit. We've got Umbar Mock and the Beneath the City of the Corsairs. But here's the other new bit. Starting next Wednesday, unlocking every week for 2 months, new quests in the Tales of the Kindred series will be taking place in the city of Umbar Baharbel and the passages of Umbar Mock Beneath the Surface. New quests will become available from a member of the Kindred every Wednesday. We say 10 a.m. Eastern, except we're usually down at 10 a.m. Eastern, so it'll be whenever the game worlds come up from our Wednesday downtime. Beginning with Koltek the Cunning on his dais in Darlaha, the meeting hall of Umbar in the Upper Ward. You don't have to run chapters 1 through 9 of Song of Waves and Wind, not only just for this, but for the general Song of Waves and Wind storyline for Update 40, but we do encourage you to do so. This is a new on-ramp, though, so if we do this kind of forward thinking, right? So even though most of you at this point want to run chapters 1 through 9 of the story and get the whole thing because it's not that far along and you can keep up with it. But in the future, or if you have an alt or something like that that wants to ramp up at this point in the story rather than have to run the earlier stuff, you now can, as of here with Update 40. I actually do have a list of the Kindred of the Coins quest unlocks, and I'll be posting up, we're going to do a social media thing. I'll post up, I think, a news alert on the website. It'll be on the launcher as a singular item that I update it'll end up every 2 weeks, essentially. Because the way it's going to work is week 1 and 2 is Koltek. I don't want to give the names. Week 3 and 4 is a different Kindred. 5 and 6 is a different, and 7 and 8 is a different. So basically every 2 weeks, a new NPC will show up that'll continue the story, but there's really a two-parter for each NPC, and that starts next Wednesday. And we're going to, like I said, we're going to have a thing on the forum to keep track of it so you know what week we're on and when the new thing is available, but it's going to be every Wednesday. Basically, when we come up from our downtime, it will be available. All right. Sam, I am jealous. You're within walking distance of a pizza place. It's really good that that is not the case for me. It is very good that am not within walking distance of a pizza place. When I was younger and a beer drinker, I lived next to a place that had 35-cent, like little 8-ounce glasses of beer, and that was bad. That was bad. So, 30, it turns out 35 cents is pretty easy to come up with on a broke day. All right, well, anyway, so that's that with update 40. But you can take a look at the release notes on loacher.com. The other thing I do want to call out, we talked about this a little bit last week, so I'm repeating myself here a bit, but we do have some new quests, 5 of them, in Lon Kirion. You can get it from Lindeel near the entrance in Upper Lon Kirion, as well as others within the city. So, another little quest chain there as well. Also, we do have some changes to the Forester event. I know that that accidentally did not get removed from the event schedule recently, and the plan is to bring it back. My understanding is at its existing time schedule, so I don't think we're changing the schedule. We just didn't bring it out here in May, and we're doing some fixes to it and then bringing it out in June. So as of today, my understanding is that the event schedule from this point forward is accurate as regards the Forester crafting event. And if that's not the case, someone like Orion will let me know, and I'll change it. There's also a new mission as well. And, yeah. Securing salvage. Alright. And you can rename your carryalls. Those are some of the other big points. But you can take a look at the rest of the release notes over on loacher.com. Real quick before I move over to the Whimsical Patrons Coffer, which is probably the other big bullet point of the week. I did want to call out quick that we do have that article I referenced earlier on loacher.com that has some screenshots of the items from the 10th Legendary Items Reward Track. These are basically the cosmetic bits that are spaced throughout the reward track there. And so we got a lion pet. We've got our Jerboa pet, and from what I understand, that Jerboa has been on someone's wish list at least for a while, so real happy to see that. We have a teapot. How do we go this long without a teapot? I don't know. What the heck's wrong with us? But anyway, we got one now, and you can get it in the 10th LI reward track. And then we've got some housing, Umbari housing items that are also available in the LI reward track here. But I mean, seriously, tea? We didn't have a teapot? Or maybe we did, and this is a different one. Yeah. It's a crime! It's a crime. Shame. Shame on us. But we got one now. We need like 6. We need a whole bunch of teapots. Alright. The other big news of the week is the Whimsical Patrons Coffer. This is for sale for a limited time through May 26th. It is possible that in the future, the Whimsical Patrons Coffer could come back in the same way that one time to date we have brought back the other Patrons Coffers. But it is not guaranteed, and it's not something that we're promising that we will bring back. So, my suggestion is that if you want this stuff, you get it between now and early May 27th when the sale shuts down. So through May 26th. Actually, I think it's through midnight there. So May 26th. Get that thing. It does have the milestone skill that you saw on the ramp up to the show, but if you are watching this on YouTube or elsewhere, let me just quick play that for you so that you can see the milestone skill that we have in place. This is a new milestone skill for people who do purchase the luxurious Patrons Coffer here. We have 3 tiers of it. The Luxuriant is the nicest one. Includes the Mithril and 10,000 Virtue XP along with the cosmetics. We got some titles of the Whimsical, which is a prefix, so Whimsical name. We've got the Jolly, Hey Doll, Merry Doll, and then the cosmetics coffer itself, which includes the whole slate of cosmetics. including Warsteed Cosmetics and a ceremonial staff club, a tome of the woodland critters, and the milestone skill and the movement style emote, which you see on this. I don't have video of that on this page, but this is the person walking with the staff, and that was the video you saw earlier during the show pre-roll as well. These are the woodland critters off to the right of this lady wearing the cosmetic suite. And then we do have a middle tier as well that has does include the movement style, the walk and skipping run style, which is this one right here, and then a subset of the things that the Luxuriant has, and a little bit less, quite a bit less, Virtue XP and Mithril. And then we've got the simple coffer as well. So if you just want the title, the club, and the whimsical movement style, that's available at that price point then as well. So the whimsical patron simple coffer. Quick notes on these things. We don't have upgrades, so purchase the one you want. You can purchase a different tier if you want to. You will pay the full price for it, but that is something that is available for you. However, each tier can only be purchased once per account. So you really don't want to, like, say, buy the top end and then pick up the other two. Theoretically, you could do that and get the Mithril and Virtue XP. So it's not that there's no benefit to doing so, but in terms of, say, price point to that Virtue XP or Mithril benefit, you're probably better off just buying Mithril direct, say, from the Lotra store. But it is the only bit that really kind of carries over between those two things. The Mithril and the Lesser Elixirs of Virtue are delivered once to your account on the character you're logged into when making your purchase. You do have to be inside of the game in order to make this purchase. You can't purchase it from the character selection screen. There's account upgrades. This isn't, even though it's kind of an account upgrade, we need a character to deliver the things to. So that's why you have to be logged into the game world in order to purchase it. And that's what's up, and that's the mount. So there we go. That's the steed. It's true, I did seed out. I did give some streamers, content creators, influencers, that kind of thing, some codes for it yesterday, and that was pretty sweet. I was happy to do that. Which part of the Warsteed Cosmetics is the kitten basket associated with? I am going to... I don't know, is the answer, but I would guess either saddle or tail. How did I pick which streamers got one? I maintain a list of content creators. Like I say, it's not just streamers, because it's also YouTubers and, like, honestly, I kick one to a wiki editor, that kind of thing, you know. So at least I try. But it depends how many codes I have. There are some things where, you know, I can make off, let's say, maybe something like 10 to 20, and there are some that maybe I can do more like 5 to 10. And it really just kind of goes to the top streamers that are pulling in the largest viewers on a regular basis from the Lotra community, people that have established pretty strong relationships with us, up-and-comers that I notice that I want to just kind of help out and see if you know, them making like a unboxing video style thing about our product will help their channel and help us out, you know. So it's organic is how it's distributed, but it largely comes from a tracked list of contacts and streamers and that I've developed over the years. If you think you should be qualified, if you're like, hey, I don't know, let's say that on average I get more than 500 individual unique people watching my stuff, you might qualify. So hit me up. That's not a hard and fast rule, but something maybe about that size. And then also I do like to give them out to the people who stream on Lotra Stream for us. Remember, they're all volunteers. None of them are getting paid. And because it is our channel that they're streaming on, I like to typically allow them to show off this stuff, promote, let's be real, promote this stuff. And then also do their own content creation for our channel using these codes as well. So typically, once you get onboarded into the Lotro Stream program, it's not guaranteed every time, especially when it comes to, like, say, expansions and that. But for things like some cosmetic coffers and that, I will often do my best to kick codes to the Lotro streamers as well. Yeah, Midsummer begins June 6th. There you go. All right, I don't want to take too much other time before I get in game here. Is there anything else I need to mention? I think we're looking pretty good. The bonus for next weekend is going to be 10% Virtue XP, so that begins on the 23rd of May, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern. The other thing I want to call your attention to is not next week, but the week after. Treebeard is getting its level 100 level cap increase. That's going to include Gondor and Old Anorion. So Treebeard going up to 100 basically towards the end of the May 29th. And that's what's up. All right, that's the news. Let me head in game here. Looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. I am not. You know what? You know what I forgot to do? All this prep work, and everything I just described to you, and what did I forget to do? I forgot to equip the Whimsical Patrons coffer on my character for the live stream. Nicely done, Cordovan. Anyway. I'm near Darlaha. Oh, here we go. Hey, Dol Mary Dol. There's someone who's got one. Oh, and my audio is down. When can we transfer off of Treebeard? So the historic pattern that we tend to align to is that once the legendary world reaches the regular game level cap, it then sort of just ends its tenure, and we will do a period of free transfers from the legendary world at that point. If anyone used a pic of Lizzie for that kitty in a basket, that would be news to me, so I'm going to say no. Almost certainly not. Alright, we are starting here, Chapter 9.1, A New Dawn for Umbar. Welcome to the meeting hall of Darlaha, where the kindred hear the voice of the people and act upon their concerns. Keep your weapons sheathed, speak civilly, and there will be no cause for trouble. Stampion! It's good to see you. I mean, they always say that. So many folk have passed through these doors, I confess I didn't recognize you. But now that's rectified. The Golden Queen has proven true to her word, and I see she made her choice of helper with wisdom. I didn't think Darlaha would ever be opened again, and it would be my lot to guard a locked door for all the years. But no, even now, the sound of agreeable conversation drifts from within. Go inside. I won't forget how you helped Lady Harmalak reopen the meeting hall. What a fine day this has been.
Welcome to the meeting hall of Darlaha.
Nicely done. Well, let me. You can see I was doing some Allegiance style questing. So let me go and kill a couple of quests.
Welcome to the meeting hall of
There we
Darlaha.
go.
Where the kindred of the coins hear the voice of the people.
So Treebeard in particular is, you're going to be waiting for a while on those free transfers, because remember, Treebeard is the slow leveling server, and we are just now, it's been out for a while, and we're just now getting to 100. So it's going to be a while on Treebeard before you have free transfers from that game run. So if that's something of particular interest to you, perhaps don't wait. But it's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
It has been a strange morning.
It's good to see you. My brother's gone ahead to the main hall. I wanted to wait. Herald sent by the kindred traveled through the city, announcing Darlaha would once again be opened. During the rule of the heirs, or the domination of Ordok, such a thing was impossible. When the kindred came to power, the folk thought it would remain so. But here we stand, within the great meeting hall, and the kindred has come to listen to the wants and needs of their people. Rothog the Storm walked not 3 strides from me when he came inside, but his kopeshes remained strapped, and he gave no indication he might eat anybody. Progress, new. I mean, yeah. So now we're going to talk to J-Jax, but you know, I actually need to kill out a couple of my other dailies here. Let me cancel a couple more quests. This past week I was kind of just bumming around the outer wards of Umbar and such and picking up odds and ends. There's a whole section I kind of skipped over. But I need some room. Shemaya.
The Darlaja would allow all to be heard.
It's tough to hear my own thoughts. I have a wine shop to run. I can't wait for the kindred to hear my complaint. It's a small enough matter. Would you take care of it? A woman looking for her husband is causing a bit of a ruckus in my wine shop in the Tor Gardens. I beg you, see what she's on about. She's irritating people. Alright. And we're getting Tam for that. Well, I will do this probably maybe off camera or something like that. We will see.
One would think a known face such as mine would grant me an audience with the kindred.
Would you consider my request instead? A suit of my predecessor's ceremonial armor was stolen from the family mausoleum. My servants have heard tell of a shameless group of brigands known as the Denyari, boasting of such a piece somewhere in Takhtar. If you investigate these claims, I'll give you like, I don't know, maybe 3 Bari Tommy and some LIXP. Alright, sounds good. Here's J-Jax.
This may not be easy, but do they not
You know what,
say
I'm
it is
hearing
a
in my own
hard thing
audio
that brings the greatest
a little bit of a
wealth and
mix
power?
issue. Let me turn down the music a bit and turn up the voiceover a little bit. There we go. I think that'll come through better on
This
stream.
may not be easy, but do they not say it is a hard thing that brings the greatest wealth and power?
Folk have come from all over the city to bring their concerns before the leaders of the kindred, but that's of no account to me. I'm more interested in the guarded coffer that stands at the foot of Harmalak's dais, for that's where folks are bringing suggestions as to what worthy persons should succeed the members of the kindred who fled. The guards are vigilant, but if I could put my name into that coffer many times, it may be that J-Jax will become kinsman. I mean, they could probably just remove duplicates. Just saying. Just saying. Take a closer look at that coffer. You know, if J-Jax wants to exploit. Exploits. J-Jax equals exploits. See if you can exploit. The answer is a big old nope on that. Alright.
I am pleased for you to see your handiwork.
It was my resolve to open the meeting hall, but it was you who recovered the keys from the Airsworn and made my decision safe and possible. I'm grateful. Yo, thanks, dude. Yes, Stampion, it's good you've come, for there's a small matter about which we must speak. We've begun taking suggestions from the folk of the city to learn who they'd have replace Azagath and Nikasi in our ranks, but there's one other about whom we must speak. That would be Tathata, Stampion. She remains kinswoman of the lower ward, unless you have something to tell me that concerns her.
Word has begun to spread among the people that Azagath fled from the city.
While the details vary, in most stories, Tumuldul, Pierce Water, and Nikasi Wave Reaper followed him. You and I know that ain't true. but of Tathata no tales tell, but she has not been seen in some time. Did I say no tale? That's not true. Kinsman Koltek has spies, and this morning he related to me some days ago one observed Tathata engaged in combat with an Umbari woman he didn't recognize. There was another who stood by, and that other was you. I mean, are you just saying I stood by? I mean, maybe I did. I probably have my inventory open. Just saying. Alright, in the main hall, okay. So who are you? Okay, Bellendor, I will get to you in a bit. Let's go stick to the story here for now. Hello, Koltek. Chilling out in your seat there. Looking pretty chill. He also has a lot of quests.
I thought you might come to speak to me, friend.
I've heard you were among the last to see Tathata in life, and the others in my order are most interested to know where she's gone. Did she follow Nikasi and Azagath when the two of them fled? I can see you have an interest in the question too. If so, then my resources are yours to command. Tathata was last seen in Umbar Mach, the tunnels beneath the city. As it happens, my people control a guarded entrance to those passages. I can get you a password, though I'll let you in. Speak these words to the dwarves inside the southern entrance to Kabarkad, and they will let you pass. Uh-oh. This is going to be like an Evil Dead thing, isn't it? Tefik Adoli. You will need to leave Darlaha and travel south to the Fleet Fast to reach the entrance to Umbarmach, where my people stand sentry. Pick up Tathata's trail and you'll be aiding both the kindred and yourself. After all, you were the last to see her alive. Find the entrance to Umbarmach, Koltek suggested. Okay. I'm guessing that is outside of the meeting hall here. So why don't we do that? Let's pop out of the meeting hall for now. Take a look. All right, let me take a quick look at chat, see if there's some stuff I can answer. Dew wants to know, since we're getting they announced a Hunt for Gollum movie by Peter Jackson in 2026, will we get a story about Gollum and the Middle of Mirkwood open? We've had, we saw the news just like you did, and we're like, maybe there's an opportunity there, but I don't know. Hard to say, what, if anything, might actually happen, but it's something on our mind. Can we using our source material available to us, find something complimentary for the interest in that story during that time period. I imagine we'll probably at least discuss it, even if we don't end up doing something. It just makes sense. Alright, also, which one of these is... Am I ready to turn in here? That would be that one. The spoiler. Oh, that's a spousal one. Oh, that's the fight. Okay, well, yeah, we can check that one out on our way down there, then, maybe. Why don't we do that? Oop, that's not right. I'm still, I still get a little turned around here sometimes in parts of Umbar, but I'm getting better at kind of knowing where the market, wharf gate, and all this other bits and bobs are. I just have to be careful about which path I go down, so I make sure I'm going down the right road. Is it possible to get another bag for inventory? So, we got bag 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can we get a 7? Is your question. I think if we were ever able to do some sort of wider user interface overhaul, something like that could potentially be on the agenda. I think the idea of, wider quality of life, stuff like that would make some sense, and something that we might be able to do. Also, I think, how do I even get to that lady there? That would be up here, I think. No, maybe? Kind of want to solve her problem, but I'm not quite sure how. I think that would be over this way. No. That closes off. Or does it? No. Yes. Goes around. Alright. Oh, I see it. Okay. Maybe. If I can get in there. Which I can't. Okay, so I'm gonna have to... That must be up that way. So I'm gonna have to go around this way. Yeah. You know what? I will deal with her on the way back. Let's go down to Carbacad and take care of biz there. So that's going to be straight ahead. Alright, let me take a look at other potential questions. Like the shoulder parrot? Yeah, the shoulder parrot's pretty sweet. Okay, we're good. I'm not sure what you're asking about, Lumpy, from kind of a little bit older chat here. You're asking if the staff did voiceovers? No. If you're talking about Update 40 or the Kindred quests or what have you, that was done with our professional hired voice acting folks. When is the next sales on expansions? I can't say that. I'm not allowed to say that. I would expect to see sometime later this year, probably, presumably, we will have a typical cadence of expansions on sale. I have no idea on what specific time that might be, however. Oops. Hey, these people have some words about that. They're like, make it now. Anyway, we do have summer sales. I don't know if that's going to include anything like expansions, however, or not. I really wouldn't want to speak as to the possibility of that. Okay, which way? Getting there, but I don't think that's it. But we'll take care of this. I think, some things like additional map scaling and that, which someone is suggesting in chat, that would also be a nice quality of life thing. I think we all are on the same page there. It's just, it would also be part of a wider user interface overhaul that we're just not in a position to really say much about at this point. So. No, we typically don't do the voiceover work ourselves. It's a very rare situation at Standing Stone Games where we have amateur voice talent. We've done it a few times. I've had the opportunity just once or twice to do it on the other game side. But each time something like that has happened, it's been due to a specific kind of reason. In one case, it was like a voiceover strike, and we had a singular quest that had to get out. That kind of thing. But we hire SAG voice acting. A cosmetic items carrier. How do I get it here? I'm gonna have to. I bet it's on this other side, so I bet I need to go around and then around this side, huh? Alright, so let me do that. I think there's the... Oh, get out of the gut. The challenge with a cosmetic items carry-all, in some ways, I think, is that it is competing with the wardrobe system in a way that makes you wonder whether you should try to introduce a competing system to a storage solution issue, or whether a better solution would be to fix the storage solution issue. You know what I mean? Perhaps there's a use case that could sway us as to why we should do a specific cosmetic carry-all. It sounds like something that people could probably make a valid case for. But I don't actually know that that's something we would otherwise really want to pursue.
Umbar is a free city at last.
Alright, fine. Fine, I will take you out. A button to delete all in your wardrobe? Are you kidding me? That sounds like a terrible idea. I mean, I know some people might, like, permanently want the space back, or perhaps, or something, but... Can you imagine that CS ticket? I accidentally, my partner accidentally, my cat accidentally deleted my entire wardrobe. Can I get it back? I think that alone is a reason not to ever do something like that. Just saying. Here we go. This is gonna be it. I have, at this point, largely ceded the best house in the neighborhood event to Deco du Milieu. More than happy to give Yao and crew some codes for best house trophies. The actual original, way back in the day, best house program was an individual initiative by a CS agent who was working for Turbine at the time. And then when that went away, the Best House in the Neighborhood trophy ended up getting kicked to the community loot list. And so I've had ownership of that Best House trophy then for, pretty close to a decade now. And so I can distribute it for player events. We could theoretically do a Best House screenshot contest of our own, but, you know, I know, like, Deco du Milieu's been doing that. They're already doing that, so in some ways it just made sense to okay. Yeah. That's what I think we just read.
Is that so? Well, I'm not one to speak against Corte.
If he's allowed you to use the entrance, I won't risk my neck to stop you. There are other entrances to Umbar from the city above, but this one was given to the Temamir to guard. We take this duty serious. Continue northwest to Mekab Kufar, and you will find an able helper there named Miruk, or something like that, and he drew his dull stone for the day. That means it'll be his obligation to provide any help you require. Alright. As you can see, there's a bunch of quests and such here as well. So.
Well met. You look quite capable. We have need of some assistance if you're willing. Well met. You look quite capable.
Oh, right. I have to
We have
clear
need
out
of
some
assistance if you're willing.
space.
Well met. You look quite capable. We have need of some assistance if you're willing. We have urgent need of one such as yourself.
Could I have a moment of your time? I have a bit of a problem.
Alright, as you see here, we do have a swift travel through Umbar. Rather than, say, allowing steed travel, you do have to walk around here because of the space, but we do have a tunnel guide that'll get you around where you need to go. Here's Buruk. Ah, you are newly arrived to this guard post. At Koltek's command, no less. I should have inspected the other stones and proven to myself they were truly shinier than the one I drew. But it can't be helped. It's my duty to aid you. What do you want? We want to know where Tathata the Sea Beast has gone. I haven't seen her for some time. She is a kinswoman of the lower ward. You'll usually see her there. But I tell Buruk that Tathata was last seen within a hidden harbor beneath the city, and none have seen her since. Well, I will ask around. But there is a price for every question answered. If the Timamir are to help you locate this person, you should do what you can to help them in return. Consult the notice board across the way to the southwest and do some stuff. Alright. The Dead That Walk. Defeat Whites, Decayed Arms, Old Jewelry Collection, and find an axe. Well, let me axe around and see if I can find it. Alright.
Please. You look capable. I need the aid of someone strong to find my wife's necklace. Please. You look capable.
Alright.
I
There's
need the
even more
aid
here. Well, I'm gonna have to just kind of
to find my wife's necklace.
do this over time. Alright, so where are we headed? This is, let's take a look. This is Umbar Mach. Well, close to it anyway. This is Kabarkad, the Crypts. Here's where we are. And you can see there's quite a bit of things that we have to do around here, so. Looks like the first is kind of heading off that way and clearing out some things. So let's perhaps do that. All right. And that is going to be not that way, but probably I'm reading chat. AI voice is so popular now, even all over YouTube videos. Could SSG use AI voice acting for all the quests? I find that extremely unlikely to happen. I don't think we would want to. Well, even if we did, I don't know. Maybe. Probably not. You don't want to over-predict the future to know what may or may not happen in it. But that sure doesn't sound like fun. Yes. That's a good point. I need to get... I have a goat, I thought, somewhere. I will need to get my goat out from around here. Yeah, we had a discussion about whether we were going to... how we were going to deal with travel in Umbar. And perhaps Scenario has talked about this on one of his... casual strolls, but we ultimately opted to go that, alright, let's go with goats and not steeds, or particularly war steeds. I think was really the biggest issue in terms of game performance and navigating through the space and all the things that sort of get involved in these discussions. So we do allow goats. I mean, it's, you know, you're not wrong. Someone is saying there's amazing AI voice stuff out there, and there absolutely is. You do see stuff that is... makes you wonder whether it's the future, like it or not, kind of a thing. But we prefer to, I think, in general, hire real people who have skills that we like to pay them for. And I think that we would prefer to go that route. You know, this is the year, this past year is the first time that I have had my own voice used for AI trolling. And, it was weird. It was very weird. That's how I would describe it. Very weird to hear, quote, you saying something you never said. Do not recommend. I don't think we've removed the original Tom Bombadil voice actor because that actor passed away or anything. I don't know where that's coming from. I can't imagine why we would do something like that. But there may be reasons why, if we're updating, say, if we're updating our voice acting, right? In a general sense. And we're moving with a new voice. We will update the old voice. So there are times where it makes sense to do that. But we would not use... I think we would probably prefer to find a new voice actor rather than train an AI to sound like a voice actor who passed away. That doesn't sound right to me. I don't think I would feel comfortable with something like that. This has been a weird year, hasn't it, then? So this is the year that I became Dave Grohl. This is the year that that I had AI steal my voice. I guess when you put it like that, it has been a weird year. Looks like we've got Phil letting people know that we do in fact have a Tolkien Professor stream coming up in just a couple of minutes. We've got a lot of streams that you can find on Lotro Stream all week long, so please do check out the schedule. A lot of good streams happening. For the next couple of weeks, I will be running Update 40 stuff. I do still want to get a Mokta Corvo raid in at some point. I may end up pre-recording it or something like that. I've struggled a little bit with pulling it together, given my work schedule and everything on these Fridays, trying to do it live, but we'll figure something out. And, so it's going to be Update 40 in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to try to get someone like an Orion and someone like a Severlin on in the relatively near future. So in the, I would say, month or so, we should probably see a visit from them to the live stream. Now that Update 40 is out the door. I know that I've been seeing Orion chatting with some people as well on Palantir and elsewhere about some things. So I think we maybe have some other exciting news that's coming up here soon too. But Update 40 is here and I hope you're enjoying it. And we've got these quests unlocking every Wednesday for the next 8 weeks, so that should be pretty sweet. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I feel like Dave Grohl is probably too busy to really invest time into an MMO. But maybe he does. I hear sometimes rock stars have to basically sit around at the stadium all day. So, could happen maybe. Could happen. Dave, if you're out there, if you're like, I don't know what it is, but everyone keeps coming up to me and saying I look like this guy named Jerry. Hit me up. We'll give you a lifetime account or something. I think if Dave Grohl wants to publicly play Lotro regularly, we could probably spare something. Where am I? What am I actually doing here? Okay, I'm getting there. So, we're moving on. Go. Over this way. There's that axe. So this week I was looking into the state of the crafting event, and the next crafting event for the Forester crafting event should be in June. The current public event schedule entry that has the crafting event in June is, as far as I'm aware, still the intended time and date for it. So we do have a small follow-up patch this next Wednesday. A couple of bug fixes related to the Update 40 release. And I think some of the fixes for the final fixes for the Forester event are probably in that, and it'll open up after that. Could maybe be something like a follow-up patch as well. But we still have a month, or maybe something like that. A little less than that. Actually, no, we don't. We have a couple weeks. But anyway, regardless, the public event schedule, from what I understand, remains accurate. So, alright, and we are at 1 o'clock here, so I think we will wrap this up here. Hope you've enjoyed watching Court of the Rings on Twitch. Please do like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. I really do appreciate it. Welcome your comments below. I don't tend to respond to a lot of YouTube comments, but I do read them. So thank you everyone who's on YouTube commenting as well. And thank you everyone in Twitch chat for joining us here today and offering your excellent questions and feedback and content for the show itself. So hope you have a really great weekend, everyone. Hope you enjoy Update 40 and the Whimsical Patrons Coffer and the 10th LI reward track. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.